One hot summer day in the dense jungles of eastern Thailand, wildlife was bustling with activity as usual. Padarapol Maniat, a veterinarian with extensive experience working with wild animals, decided to take a short break from his daily duties. His last place of work was a small camp surrounded by forest, where the veterinarian and his team took care of rescuing and rehabilitating sick or injured wild animals. But on this day, feeling a little lonely and tired of the routine, Padarapol decided to go for a walk to enjoy the beauty of the surroundings. As he strolled through the jungle, he breathed in the fresh, nature-scented air, savoring every step among the majestic trees and the incredible variety of flora and fauna. His admiration for the work of the reserve, which was aimed at preserving unique animals and plants in their natural habitat, was growing more and more with each passing minute. Absorbed in his thoughts about the importance of his mission, Patarapol did not notice that he had gone so far into the dense thickets that the way back to the camp did not seem so easy and obvious. Suddenly, the veterinarian's musings were interrupted by a loud, shrill sound. Somewhere very close by, several adult elephants were trumpeting their trunks. Padarapol's heart beat much faster as he found the sounds of the elephants quite disturbing. For a moment, he stood still, assessing the situation, and then, guided by both curiosity and professional instinct, the man headed towards the source of the sound. As he got closer, he saw a herd of elephants feeding peacefully on the foliage of low trees. Watching the huge creatures, Padarapol smilingly marveled at their majesty and calmness, despite all the trials the animals had to go through. The veterinarian's thoughts drifted back to the many animal rescues that had left a deep imprint on his soul. As he tried to get closer and get a better look at the elephants, he slipped, fell, and screamed in pain. The man's loud cry immediately attracted the attention of the land giants. The moment the gazes of man and elephants met was quite tense. Padarapol remained motionless, hoping that the elephants would not perceive him as a threat and just pass by. There was one rather large elephant amongst the herd that began to slowly approach the vet. At that moment, Patarapol felt a strange mixture of fear and curiosity. But when the animal came close, the man was surprised to recognize it as the same elephant he had rescued many years ago. It was Pletong. The experience of the first encounter and the rescue of Pletong came vividly to life again in Patarapol's memory. Then, many years ago, he had found the helpless elephant in a critical condition, suffering from acute trypanosomiasis. Padarapol gave the unfortunate animal first aid right in the jungle and then transported it to the nearest veterinary clinic specializing in the treatment of wild animals. Padarapol, as an experienced veterinarian, was personally involved in the treatment of the critically ill elephant. It was a real ordeal for the animal and the people who were fighting for its life. Fortunately, the treatment was successful, and after some time, the elephant was on the mend. The days and weeks spent fighting for Pletong's life strengthened a special bond between the elephant and the veterinarian, which, as it turned out, did not fade in the slightest over time. The reunion was a very profound emotional moment not only for Padarapol, but also for Pletong, who seemed to recognize his savior. The elephant gently touched the veterinarian's hand with his trunk, as if thanking him for his long-time help and care. The moment was a reminder of how important compassion and commitment are in the relationship between humans and nature. When it was time to say goodbye, Padarapol struggled to walk toward the camp, barely dragging the leg he had injured in the fall. Pletong, seeing how hard the veterinarian was struggling, came close to him and suddenly, with his powerful trunk, lifted the man off the ground. At first, the veterinarian was frightened but quickly realized that the animal was not going to harm him, but on the contrary, trying to help. Gently holding the man with its trunk, the elephant walked leisurely in the direction of the camp, trying not to harm the companion. The heartbroken Padarapol could hardly hold back his tears, so surprised was he by Pletong's act of kindness. The elephant's act of help and incredible care was a symbol of the deep gratitude and mutual respect that had bound two such different creatures together for so many years. Returning to the camp accompanied by the elephant was a great surprise for all the people there and a vivid testimony of unusual friendship and mutual help. This reunion reminded Padarapol of the importance of his hard daily work in saving our lesser brothers. The story of Padarapol's veterinarian and Pliton's wild elephant has become a true legend among the locals and serves as a reminder to us all that conservation efforts carry deep meaning and can lead to the most incredible and very strong bonds between humans and animals. In this mutual respect and understanding lies the key to harmonizing the world around us. The story of Padarapol's veterinarian and Pliton's wild elephant has become a true legend among the locals and serves as a reminder to us all that conservation efforts carry deep meaning and can lead to the most incredible and very strong bonds between humans and animals. In this mutual respect and understanding lies the key to harmonizing the world around us. In the days that followed, Padarapol found himself reflecting even more deeply on the significance of his work. The encounter with Pliton wasn't just a moment of gratitude from an animal he once saved. It was a powerful affirmation of his life's mission. He realized that every creature, no matter how big or small, carries a profound connection to the environment and to humanity. Padarapol began to share his story with others, both locally and globally. He became an advocate for wildlife conservation, speaking at schools, communities, and international conferences. The bond he had with Pliton became a symbol of hope for many conservationists, proof that even the smallest actions, like rescuing an ailing animal, can lead to something as extraordinary as a friendship spanning years. Pliton, meanwhile, continued to roam the jungle with his herd. But now, the villagers and park rangers who encountered him spoke of him with reverence. It was as if he had become a guardian of the forest, a reminder to all who entered of the enduring connections between human hands and nature's creatures. Years later, when Padarapol retired from his duties, he would still visit the jungles where his work had begun. Though his hair had grayed and his steps were slower, the jungle always felt like home. And on those quiet days, when he wandered through the thickets, he swore he could still hear the distant trumpeting of elephants, perhaps Pliton himself, echoing through the trees, a reminder of a bond that time and distance could never break. In the end, Padarapol knew that his journey was not just about saving animals. It was about preserving the delicate balance of the natural world, one compassionate act at a time. His legacy lived on, not only in the wilds of Thailand, but in the hearts of all who heard the story of a man and an elephant whose friendship spanned the boundaries of species, time, and circumstance.